Well, Gaffer, a brilliant 3 points on Friday night. What are your final takeaways from that, if any?
I think, watched the game back on the bus on the way home. It was a more dominant performance than we thought. I thought we dominated virtually every facet of the game. They've had 2 shots on target in the whole game. One from 25 yards that were going in the top corner, excellent save, and one that's an absolutely brilliant finish that Jordan couldn't do anything about. Harvey's showing him away from goal. There's 2 or 3 bits before that we could have certainly done better with. But we've limited a really good team, the form team over the last 20 games, to having, to take a really good goal and a pot shot from 25 yards, where Jordan's been called into action. So on the defensive side, we were excellent. I thought Harvey was outstanding, and I thought the midfield 3 dominated the game for us, which set us up to score a couple of really good goals. I thought all in it was a really professional away performance and a really good one.
Like you said, we could have definitely got essentially more goals, and there was a big chance for Denver Hume, big chance for Harvey Rogers in the middle of the box as well, wasn't there? Yeah,
we could have scored more goals. Probably should have scored more goals. But if we keep creating big chances and in the number we do, then we're hopeful that we'll score goals, and there'll be a day where we do become really clinical and wallop someone. But it wasn't to be last Friday. But as long as we score one more than the opposition, then that will do for us.
Every game is important now, as you say, even against playoff rivals, not playoff rivals. I'm sure the confidence, like you say, is sky high in the group.
Yeah, I think in the position we're in, you'd like to think the lads are confident, but then I don't think we were unconfident before Christmas when we were slightly inconsistent. We spoke a lot about, in August, September time, October time, about being inconsistent from game to game, and in game at first, a good half and a bad half, or a poorer half. Then it was a good game, then a bad game, and now we're starting to, we were 8 games unbeaten, then we lost a couple, now we've won the last couple. So we know over the course of the season we're developing, and we're still developing, and that's always the focus, to get better. Does that breed more confidence? Maybe, but the mantra's not changed from last July. Can you get better today? Work hard to get better. Understand what we're trying to tell you, and work hard at this aspect of your game, whatever that aspect may be. And when you then see results, and I don't necessarily mean 3 points or wins, I'm on about being able to carry out them actions, that gives you belief, that gives you confidence. Then when you do start, obviously on top of that, getting the results, getting the wins, that increases belief and confidence. But I don't think we've ever had a lack of confidence or a lack of effort to get better, to keep going, and the results are sort of now showing that as well. So yeah, I think the lads are in a good place.
Yeah, and to point out, arguably the star performer, one of many good performances on Friday night, Evan Curry's getting his goal, getting an assist. He's performing really well at the moment, isn't he? Sort of putting in a good performance after good performance, making himself in a position where he's almost undroppable. Yeah,
look, we spoke to Ev sort of earlier on in the season and said you've got to become more effective in possession. We know how good he is out of possession, and obviously he then scored a couple of goals earlier on, after Christmas, and he's getting more and more opportunities higher up the pitch. And obviously Friday night was an excellent example of that, and the fact that he scored one and he created one, because he's got the technical ability to do that, and it's just constantly working hard and delivering that, and working hard at his game. We've given him what we think, if you like. I don't mean just words. I'm about this is the practice that you need to practice 10 minutes after training, a couple of times a week. Practice this shooting, practice all this area of the pitch, and he works hard. He works hard at his game. And he's improved. There's no getting around the fact that this time last July, I don't think anyone would have said that Evan Corey would have been a mainstay in midfield, but he's took his chance because he works hard, against the ball, but also with the ball. He's fairly reliable. He makes decent enough decisions, and he's now getting into areas that are threatening. And that was the case on on Friday night, and he took his chance excellently. His finish wasn't an easy finish. That his little run and his ball across was excellent. So, we want to see more of that.
100%. And no time to dwell on Colchester. Fixtures coming thick and fast. Crewe have certainly had a tough month. They haven't managed to pick up a win all month. They'll be desperate for a good result, won't they?
Yeah, look, I think, was it January where we hardly won a game? We had a really good December. Nominated for Manager of the Month, didn't have a good January. Had a good February, nominated for Manager of the Month. So it doesn't, you've got to make sure that you don't take them lightly, because they're a good team. I saw them Saturday in the big derby that they have, and they were unfortunate not to win the game. I have to say they had the best chances, certainly for the first hour, and then they ran out of puff a little bit. But they're not a bad team. They're a good team. They're not ninth for no reason. They've been in the playoffs most of the year. They're there on merit, and it's not an easy game. We found that our players, we had a lot of the ball and got done with 2 counter-attacks. We've got to be obviously wary of that again. And it's not going to be easy. They never are. But as I always say, if we play well, we'll give anyone a game in this league, and that's the challenge for the lads.
Yeah, it's like you say, they're obviously a close rival to us in terms of league position. And you said it was a difficult afternoon last time we played them. Jack Lancaster came back from injury on the weekend for them. I'm sure the lads this time around are going to be a lot more aware of the threat he and their other attacking outlets offer. Yeah,
look, they've got Lancaster, Bogle, Longy, Kane Hemmings. They've got plenty of different options at the top end of the pitch. We know that. But then we know we can score goals as well. So it won't, like I say, it won't be an easy game. We've got to make sure we turn up. It's as simple as that. If we turn up, like I say, we'll give anyone a game, whoever's playing for the opposition, and we've got to concentrate on ourselves, as we always do. Wary of their threats. Lancaster is one. They've got others. But so have we. We've got numerous different options and score goals from all over the place. Like I say, our 2 8s, scored a goal each on Friday night to win us the game. We challenge the lads to score goals all over the pitch, and that's the same going into tomorrow night's game.
Positive boost as well on Friday night. Jordan Davis managed to get onto the pitch, and Cameron Janet almost got onto the pitch. That's obviously great to have him back in contention, isn't it?
Yeah. Look, over the next couple of weeks, we hope for more to return. Whether we do or not, we'll see. But we've got to get some more players fit. That's for sure. We're still not out of the woods by a long stretch. But we'll keep working hard. The physio staff and Greg are working extremely hard to get the players back, and the players are working hard. And we'll hopefully welcome more back in the next week or 2 as well.
That's good news. And lastly, this morning we sold out our initial allocation, 519 tickets. More tickets are available on the gate for supporters tomorrow night. I'm sure you're wanting another enjoyable evening under the lights.
Yeah, look, we went there last year and beat them 3-0, and we're hoping for a similar result, similar performance, similar outcome. But as I've said, I hope the fans aren't getting sick of me saying it. They do make a difference. The 532 that went to Colchester made a difference. I said it after the game that they were brilliant. You could hear them all game, and it weren't an easy game last Friday. And I thought the fans helped us get over the line, and that's the job for the fans, whoever and how many of them travel tomorrow to help us get us over the line to another win, because, like I say, it helps. Chanting and cheering the lads on doesn't half help. So hopefully we can take more than that. You said that tickets are available on the day, and I hope that they turn up in big numbers and cheer us on to another win.
Brilliant. Thank you, Gaffer.